Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about my setup. This is a gaming slash streaming setup and I figured I would give a tour. It is May 2025 and yeah, let's talk about it. So in the middle, this is a 240 hertz monitor. I've had this guy for a long time. It's an Asus ROG 240 hertz 1080p monitor, 24.5 inches. I recently swapped this monitor out with a 4K monitor, which is right here. This is a BenQ 32-inch monitor, 4K. Currently hooked up to this laptop. So this is a video editing setup right here because this laptop is fantastic for that. That's what this is for at the moment. And then this is for gaming and streaming. If I upgrade this computer in the future, then this might become the main editing setup. It is quite possible, but as it is right now, it is my gaming slash streaming setup. I was exclusively using this for PS5 and Xbox, but I recently swapped back to PC gaming and streaming with mouse and keyboard, and that has been fantastic. And that is one of the reasons why I swapped back to a 1080p 240 hertz monitor to get as much frames as possible. And I gotta be honest, the single PC streaming with the 3900X right here, that's what that chip is in there, has been working out pretty well. Kind of surprised, actually. I've been a huge proponent of dual PC streaming, but now I think I might officially switch for sure over to single PC streaming for the future. So off to my side is a vertical LG monitor. This is for chat and various things I need for streaming. And for the camera stream, I am still using the Osmo Pocket 3. This is where it sits. If you're wondering where it is currently filming this. I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3 to film this video. So normally it sits right there and then directly connects to OBS Studio. I've personally not had any problems with this. It's been good. I haven't had it run out of battery or anything. I do have this little mount right here, little attachment like so, and then an additional attachment below right here. And as you can see, the cable connects and that goes to USB 3.0, which then provides all the charging and all the data transfer that's needed to go to the computer appropriately. And then off to the right is just a basic BenQ monitor. I've had that guy for a while as well. And this monitor was right here, but when I swapped the 240 hertz monitor back to the center, then I just pulled this BenQ monitor for, a secondary monitor. Below that is the Mackie DLZ Creator XS. That is my audio interface. It is currently powering the SM7B from Shure. I really like this mic for broadcasting. And the preamps inside this audio interface go up to 80 dB, so it gives plenty of juice to just directly connect one of these dynamic mics and get the right sound that you need. It's also got built-in EQ, gate, compression, and de-essing as well. So another reason I really like this audio interface. And you have a mute button. So when you want to mute your mic, just boom, you can mute it, unmute it, etc. By the way, the desk is from IKEA. It's 30 by 60. So if in case you're wondering. Also have my switch underneath the main monitor. That might become a Switch 2 at some point, we'll see. I did not pre-order it, but hey, you never know. Over on this desk, again, Xbox Series X, and then the PS5 Pro, my bleed purple Twitch statue. And then again, my computer, I built this guy roughly 5-6 years ago when the 3900Xs first came out. So AMD 3900X with 32 gigs of RAM. I currently have a RTX 4060 in the computer. I bought it exclusively for encoding, but it ended up working out for gaming as well. So below that, I do have an Intel Arc card for additional encoding. I have not been using it though, so I haven't really needed it because the 4060 has been great. Then I have an AverMedia encoder below that for the consoles, the 4K encoder. By the way, the lights are from Govee. So I have Govee light strips right here. This is a Govee bulb. This is a Govee bulb right here as well. And then I have a LED light strip that's circling the entire desk all the way around into this desk as well. They're on low right now, so they're not like, super bright. And then the blinds, if you've been following the channel, I did a recent review on these Beeson blinds. These are actually really cool. They're smart blinds, so you can use a remote like so. You can be like, let's lower these. Maybe stop them right there. Also connects to your HomeKit as well, so you can adjust them on your phone. Then I got my laptop, a M3 Max from Apple, hooked up to this monitor. And that's been great for editing. I really prefer editing like this. Also using the Glyph Tech drive as well. It is 8 terabytes, and that has been fantastic for video editing. I've basically stuffed a bunch of projects on there and zero problems. Oh yeah, my chair. This is a Herman Miller. This guy has been very good. I definitely recommend the Herman Millers. I am gonna be testing out some other chairs here pretty soon, so stay tuned to the channel for that. But Herman Miller Aeron has been great for gaming. I would definitely recommend it if you are curious. I swapped out the wheels to these rollerblade styles to raise it just a few inches. Actually, I think it was like 1.5 inches or so, because the top height wasn't quite working out for me for this desk level for mouse and keyboard. So what I did was I put those wheels on there and I raised it to the max height, and it ends up working out pretty good. I do need a footrest though, so I got this guy off of Amazon, just some basic footrest right there. And yeah, feels good for my ergonomics. I'm paying very close attention to ergonomics these days because my shoulder had been injured in the past, and that's why I stepped away from mouse and keyboard gaming. And that was like 2020 or 2021 or so. And then fast forward, 4 years or so, 3-4 years, I feel like my shoulder's recovered, and I'm now paying very close attention to ergonomics and how I sit when I play games. Also, at some point, I am planning on upgrading this guy to a 27-inch 1440p monitor. I just don't know when. And I also feel like I need to upgrade my computer at some point if I want to do that, to get 1440p, because it's got a 4060 card in there right now, and that's definitely not a 1440p card that does good, specifically. This computer is already struggling to hit like 200 FPS on low settings with a 4060 at 1080p, so I'm gonna have to do some changes on that, do some upgrades. But as it stands right now, this monitor works. But I am planning on upgrading to a 27-inch 1440p at some point, 240 hertz ideally. Almost forgot to mention keyboard and mouse as well. So I'm using the Keychron Q3HE. They did send this over to me and I reviewed it and I really like it. So much so that it became my main keyboard. So this guy has been very cool, very clutch. I'm currently using it with a fast wireless connection to the PC. And then I've got the ubiquitous G502 Lightspeed edition. So it is wireless, and as you can see, hooked up right there. Big fan of that mouse. Yes, it is a bit on the heavy side, but I really like it. And the keyboard's fantastic. Also for audio, Sennheiser headphones. I've had these guys for quite some time as well. HD 650s. I use these because they are nice and light. They fit very comfortably on my head, and they're also open back. So I don't blast my headphones. And this way I can still hear myself in the room or hear audio outside, but also still have nice clear audio coming through on the headphones. Assuming I'm not blasting them again. And that is being routed through the DLC. So the DLC is pumping these headphones, and I find it to be perfect. And one last thing, some people might be wondering how I'm getting console audio. I actually have an audio extractor that is pulling audio out of whichever console I'm using, and it's going into channel 3.4, and that's how I'm able to capture the audio and listen to it on the headphones. So in OBS Studio, I'm actually using audio input 3.4 from the DLC to capture that audio to go into OBS for the stream, essentially. But yeah, that's the setup, that's the space. Currently have Destiny loaded up right here. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will have links below for things that are relevant in this video, and I'll catch you next time for another one. Peace.